This is another Larry Talks Tech production.
If you've ever stood by your pool just dreading the hours of manual scrubbing you have to do, you've probably thought about a robotic cleaner. I mean, they promise this sparkling, perfect pool with almost no effort on your part. But let's be honest, with all the options out there, choosing the right one can feel, well, impossible. We're here to fix that. Right? You start looking online and you're just hit with dozens of brands, a whole mess of features you've never heard of, and prices that go from a few $100 all the way up to $2,000 or more. It is so easy to get lost in all that. But don't worry, we're going to help you navigate through it. In fact, after digging through all the marketing hype, all the tests, and all the user reviews, we found that picking the perfect pool robot really just hinges on one single fundamental choice. If you get this one thing right, everything else just kind of falls into place. So first up, why are we even talking about these robots? Well, it's because they're a massive leap forward from the old ways of cleaning pools. Let's take a quick look at why that is. Okay, here's the main difference, and trust me, it's a big one. Those older suction side and pressure side cleaners, they're basically, well, they're parasites. They have to hook into your pool's main pump and filter system to work at all. Not only does that put a ton of extra strain on your expensive equipment, but it also means they can't run unless your entire system is fired up and running. Robotic cleaners, on the other hand, are completely self-contained. They've got their own motor, their own filter, their own intelligence. They're way more efficient and totally independent. And that brings us to it, the single most important decision you are going to make. Seriously, forget about all the brands and the fancy features for just a second. The first and biggest question you have to ask yourself is, do I want a cord or do I want to go cordless? This one choice is going to dictate almost everything about the experience you have with your robot. Just looking at this chart, you can see right away this isn't some minor preference. No, the differences are huge. We are talking about massive gaps in raw suction power, in what true automation really looks like, and even in how long you can expect the machine to last. This isn't just about convenience, it's about raw performance and long-term value. So the number one argument for corded models is power. Pure, uninterrupted, consistent power. We're talking suction rates up to 4,500 gallons per hour. That's more than 3 times what most cordless models can even dream of. That kind of power lets them use advanced nanofilters that can grab the finest silt. And because they're always plugged in, they offer true set-it-and-forget-it automation with weekly timers. You literally set it one time and it cleans on schedule all summer long. On top of all that, they're built to last, with a typical lifespan of 5 to 7 years. But then, there's the undeniable appeal of cordless. Come on, no tangled wires, no tripping hazards, and absolutely zero hassle. The whole operation is as simple as it gets. You charge it, you drop it in the pool, and you walk away. That ease of use is a massive draw for so many people, especially if you have kids or pets running around where a long electrical cable near the water just feels a little sketchy. Okay, so now that you're thinking about the power source, let's look at the features that make or break a robot's performance. Doesn't matter if it's corded or not. These are the details you absolutely have to get right for your specific pool. It really all starts with the filtration. I mean, what kind of mess is your robot actually cleaning up? A standard 180 micron filter? That's great for leaves and bigger stuff. But if you live somewhere dusty and deal with a lot of fine silt, you are going to need an ultra-fine filter. It's cool to see some of the newer models like the Iper Scuba S1 are now including separate filter baskets with fine floss just for this purpose. That's a fantastic upgrade. And this is a perfect example of why the little things matter. Your pool's surface. Using the wrong kind of brush is ineffective at best, and at worst, it can actually damage your pool. If you've got a vinyl or fiberglass pool, you need soft PVA foam rollers that can grip without scratching. But for rougher surfaces like concrete or pebble tech, you'll want harder bristles that can really scrub that stuck-on dirt. Matching the brush to your pool is just non-negotiable. Okay, here's something that might surprise you. You'd think a robot that meticulously maps out your entire pool would clean better, right? Well, not always. In some pretty extensive testing, a few robots that used more of a random cleaning pattern actually got better overall coverage than some high-end models that created these detailed maps, but then kept missing the same spots over and over. So what's the takeaway? Don't get too hung up on smart mapping. The results are what really matter.
All right, so we've covered the theory. Now let's see how all these features and choices actually play out in the real world with a few different models at a few different price points. So down at the budget end, you've got something like the Iper Seagull SE. It gives you basic, cordless floor cleaning. It's affordable, yeah, but it's going to struggle with bigger debris. Now, step up to a mid-range model like the Ybot S2, and you're getting much better pickup and even wall climbing ability, but you might have real trouble finding replacement filters. Then you jump to the premium end with something like the BeatBot AquaSense 2 Pro. It gives you this powerful, feature-packed, cordless experience, but wow, it comes with a very steep price tag. You can really see how the trade-offs change as you move up that ladder.
72 pounds. What is that? That's how much the premium Iper X1 Pro Max weighs when you try to lift it out of the pool full of water. This is such a critical point, and it's usually buried deep in the spec sheet. Ease of use isn't just about not having a cord, it's also about whether you can physically lift the machine out of the pool every day. Some of these robots are surprisingly heavy. And please do not forget about the warranty. A pool is a harsh, harsh environment with all that chlorine and direct sunlight. A longer warranty, which usually gets better as the price goes up, isn't just a piece of paper. It's basically a vote of confidence from the company and how durable their product is. For a device like this, having strong support is absolutely crucial. And this is why that warranty is so critical. Real-world user reviews are just filled with stories of frustration. Some brands have actually faced federal safety recalls because of fire risks. Others are just plagued with complaints about batteries that die too quickly, weak section, and terrible customer support. It's just a reminder that what they promise in the ads doesn't always match up with reality.
So, with all of that info swirling around, how do you actually make a choice? Let's boil it all down into a simple, actionable checklist. Here it is, your framework. Step 1, know your pool. What's the surface made of and how big is it? Step 2, know your enemy. Are you fighting fine silt or giant leaves? That's going to tell you what kind of filter you need. Step 3, and this is the big one, answer that core question. Do you prioritize the raw power and automation of a corded model or the pure simple convenience of a cordless one? And finally, step 4, set a realistic budget based on all those needs.
So the question that's left is this. Are you willing to trade that true set it and forget it automation for the convenience of finally cutting the cord? The perfect choice for your pool is out there, and now you know exactly how to find it.
I hope you find this video both entertaining and useful. To help keep these videos coming, please support us by hitting the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Thank you.